Hey guys, this is Austin Evans from HotHardware, and today I'm here with a review of the Motorola Droid Razr HD. With a 720p display, beefy battery, and a reasonable $200 price, let's see what it's all about. Take a look at the Razr HD, and you'll see the design is an evolution of the first Razr. It sports a two-tone design with an aluminum band that looks and feels premium. Along the left side, you'll find slots for your micro SIM and micro SD cards, as well as USB and HDMI. It's great to see HDMI included, however the placement of these ports is a bit awkward if you want to use the phone while charging. Around back, you'll see a full coating in Kevlar, which has a very soft and durable texture, and at only 8.4mm thin, it stacks up nicely with other high-end phones. Using the Razr is mostly solid, although use it alongside a phone like the Galaxy S3 and you'll quickly see ergonomics are lacking. It's certainly a big phone and it doesn't fit particularly well in the hand. Up front is the 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera and that 4.7-inch Super AMOLED display. Unfortunately, it's still pen-tile, but overall quality is really impressive and on par with most other 720p screens out there. Motorola is continuing to use virtual Android keys, which work perfectly fine, but there's plenty of room below the screen for capacitive buttons. Speaking of Android, the Razr HD is running Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich. Just like other recent Motorola phones, it's one of the best Android implementations around, with a near-stock build. You'll see quite a bit of Verizon bloatware unfortunately, but generally the phone is very responsive, if not the smoothest thing in the world. One neat feature is the Circles widget that lets you see weather, time, and battery at a quick glance. You'll also see a quick settings menu to let you change some system settings from the home screen and the excellent Motorola Smart Actions app. It allows you to automate all kinds of things, like texting someone as soon as you arrive home. Motorola has promised an update to Android 4.1 Jelly Bean later this year, which will undoubtedly speed things up. With a 1.5 GHz Snapdragon S4 system on a chip, performance is right up there with other high-end Android handsets, as there's plenty of power to handle even the most demanding games out there and anything else you throw at it. The 8 megapixel camera is very similar to most recent Motorola phones. You'll get very saturated images with good detail as long as you have good lighting. Generally, it's not quite up to some of the best smartphone cameras out there, but it's more than good enough for most people. The 1080p video is much the same story, although the image stabilization is noticeably inferior to some other phones. Verizon's LTE network is solid, but the Razr HD delivered among the best speeds we've seen yet, routinely pulling down well over 10 megabits per second in areas where other devices get much less. With a 2530 mAh battery, you can expect stellar battery life. In our battery rundown test, which simulates continuous web browsing, the phone lasted for 6 hours and 43 minutes, which is easily enough for a typical day of use. Overall, the Droid Razr HD is a very impressive phone. It puts together a solid display, excellent battery life and LTE performance, with a mostly solid design and decent Android skin. It's a bit of a shame that Jelly Bean isn't ready just yet, but overall Motorola has done a good job here, making the Razr HD definitely worth a look.